Hi, I'm Dan Collins, a Sacramento, California licensed real estate broker and receiver for the Superior Court. I also serve as a court-appointed referee in partition actions. My expertise is in real property matters, including brokerage sales and leasing, involving probates and trusts. I'm also a California licensed general contractor managing construction projects for trustees, executors, and administrators. If you have found yourself tasked with being an executor, administering a probate, or a trustee in an estate, I can help you effectively execute your duties that attorneys do not help you with. To learn more, please visit my website, collinsfiduciarybroker.com. Today, I want to talk with you about bank trust officers who find themselves managing special needs trusts for beneficiaries who are difficult to work with. Recently, I was brought in to consult for a national bank trust officer who had a condominium that was in the middle of a renovation when the contractor left the job half completed and refused to return to finish the work. Bank trust officers are required by law and the banks they work for to be very discreet about sharing information for the people who employ them. Due to the client privilege relationship of the trust officer to its client, she could not give me a lot of detail about how and why the renovation job became mired in conflict and abandoned by the contractor. I had worked with this national bank trust officer since 2009 in receivership cases, and she called me to inspect this partially remodeled condominium with a stalled renovation when the contractor refused to return to finish the work. The beneficiary of the trust that was being managed could not complete the construction management, and the trust officer wanted me to inspect the condo, make a punch list of what needed to be completed, and to provide estimates to finish the renovation project. As I entered the condominium project, I noticed that several buildings had blue tarps on the roofs, and it was the end of the summer season. I thought, this is strange. It's fall, and the roofs obviously had these blue tarps on them for a long time because the tarps were all washed out in color and faded and tattered. Then, when I was inspecting the exterior of the condo, I noticed the deck on the second story was completely dry rot and unsafe to stand on. The neighbor also had a second-story deck that looked unsafe due to dry rot of the deck framing. I also noted evidence in the toilets that the sewer line was backing up. As I inspected this condo with the stalled renovation project, I was beginning to see evidence that this condominium association was poorly managed and maybe having financial troubles, too. I called the trust officer and reported that the condo remodel could be completed for a reasonable amount of money, but I had larger concerns about the homeowners association being viable and told her about the trouble signs I had noticed while driving through the development. Fortunately, this trust officer had authority to sell the condominium unit, and that is what I recommended she do. Sell it without completing the remodel to a flipper who turns homes for a profit. The reason I made this recommendation to sell the unit is because I have managed fractured homeowner associations in receivership cases during litigation. HOA mismanagement can ruin the value of a condominium and the owner's investment in that condominium when they lack enough capital to care for the common elements such as roofs, exteriors, and building systems like heating and air. This trust officer thought she needed a contractor to get her remodel project back on track. Fortunately, what she got was a highly trained real estate professional who also is a contractor that noticed she had a far bigger problem than a stalled remodel project. In these situations, it sometimes makes better sense to act on what you see without investigation. Why would acting without investigation ever make sense? Because sometimes it's best not to have information if you would be compelled to disclose it to others, and it may be damaging to the estate. Rather than confirm my suspicion, the trust officer knew me well enough to listen to my concern and sell the unit to a home flipper who was better prepared to deal with the issues that may arise. My name is Dan Collins. I act as a fiduciary broker in probates and trusts that involve real property assets. To learn more, please visit my website, collinsfiduciarybroker.com. Thank you for joining me today.